Hello all. Now I'm going to discuss about a problem on root locus by considering one more rule. That is rule number 6. That's about breakaway point. In the last session we have discussed a problem by considering up to rule 5. That is up to centroid. Okay? Now I am going to discuss a problem by adding one more rule. One more rule. So actually we are having 9 more rules. Sorry, not 9 more rules. Total 9 or 10 rules. Okay. So if we are giving they are giving a problem means we have to do all these rules. But now I am executing the problem by adding one rule. Okay, actually by adding one rule to the problem I am doing. Okay, so here the rule 6 is about a breakaway point. So we have to do a problem. Now we have to consider up to rule 6. Okay, so they are those points where multiple roots of the characteristic equation occur. So like this the breakaway point will present. Always the breakaway point will present in between the two poles, because if a pole is like this, two poles are present like this, actually one pole will terminate at 1 0. One pole, if I am having 0 here, this pole will move towards the 0 and it will terminate here. So I am having two poles side by side, and this is not root locus. Always the poles will move on the root locus only. Okay, so two poles in between the place is acting as a root locus. The in between the real axis is acting as a root locus means these two poles will move close to each other and they will try to break away. Okay, and they will break away and they will try to reach the zeros. Okay, and that will be clearly explained later. Now always the breakaway point will exist in between two poles. Okay, compulsory the breakaway point will exist between the two poles. So what is the procedure to construct this rule 6 is, first one, construct the characteristic equation 1 plus GSHS equal to 0. Next, write K in terms of S. Next, you have to do the differentiation dk by ds equal to 0. The roots of the dk by ds equal to 0 will give us the breakaway points. So to test whether the existed breakaway point is valid or not means you have to substitute this s values in the second equation. If k value is positive, then that root or that point is a valid breakaway point. Okay, so this is a procedure to get the breakaway points. And also there are some predictions about the breakaway points you have to keep in mind. These are the general predictions about the breakaway point. First one is what is the angle of approaching or leaving of breakaway point. So at which angle it will leave or at which point it will approach. Okay, so for example I am having the like this, and this is root locus and two poles are existing, and this pole will try to move towards this pole and this pole will try to move towards here, and they will collide and they will try to break away. And I am having two more zeros, and between the real axis is acting as a root locus, then one pole will try to reach 1 0, and this pole will try to reach this 0. This is nothing but breakaway point. Breakaway point means these two poles are moving away and they are moving in, break in to terminate at zeros. So definitely two poles are presenting, two zeros are presenting in a system. Means these two poles will try to reach the two zeros. They will not try to move through like this straight way because this is not a root locus. Okay. So first point is at which angle they are leaving, at which angle they are approaching, this theta. Okay, that formula will be given in the first prediction. The branches of root locus either approach or leave the breakaway points at an angle of 180 degrees divided by n. And second one, if I am having complex conjugate poles, the complex conjugate path for the branches of root locus approaching or leaving the breakaway point is a circle. That is depending upon a pole 0 locations. For example, like this. This is the root locus I am having and the path is a circle because the poles are complex conjugate poles. This will be explained in the later session. Next, whenever there are two adjacently placed poles on the real axis, two adjacently placed poles on the real axis, and the section of real axis between them is acting as a root locus, then there exists a breakaway point between the adjacently placed poles. Okay. Similarly, you will have another prediction that whenever there are two adjacently placed zeros on the real axis with the section of real axis between them as a root locus, then there exists a break in point, right? Two poles break away, two zeros break in. So these are the general predictions of the breakaway point, and some more predictions will be there and that will be discussed with example. Now I want to discuss one problem by having the rule 6. Okay, up to rule 6 I want to do. So what is the problem, what is the system I am having is k by s square plus 2s plus k. This is the system I am having. For this system you have to do the root locus. Okay, and now I am doing the root locus just by considering up to the rule 6. Up to rule 6. So here g of s is equals to k by s into s plus 2. The root locus will be constructed for the open loop system. They have given closed loop and from that I have taken open loop. Okay. So what is rule 1? Rule 1 is root locus is always symmetrical about the real axis. That is done. Second one is number of poles and zeros. Number of poles 2. That is P1 0, P2 minus 2, and number of zeros are 0, and P minus Z is equals to 2 minus 0 is equals to 2. P minus Z is equals to 2. Next, third one is about drawing poles 0, minus 2, 0, no zeros, only two poles we are having at 0 and minus 2. So on right side I am not having anything. If I consider this one, on right side I am having one pole, so odd number, so it will be a root locus. Next, I have to calculate the angle of asymptotes. If p minus z is equals to 2, if p minus z is equals to 2, you have to calculate two angles, theta 1 and theta 2. And the formula is 2q plus 1 into 180 degrees divided by p minus z. So by considering q is equal to 0 and q is equals to 1. If q is equal to 0, what is theta 1? 180 degrees divided by 2, 90 degrees. If q is equal to 1, 3 into 180 degrees divided by 2, that is 270 degrees. Okay, so always angle of asymptotes is the intersection. The intersection point of angle of asymptotes will be a centroid. So to draw first centroid, you have to calculate first centroid. What is centroid? Centroid is equal to summation of real parts of open loop poles. Open loop poles is 2 and 0, minus 2 and 0, minus, I am not having any zeros, divided by p minus z is 2. So minus 2 divided by 2. The centroid is minus 1. So this is centroid C. So centroid is the intersection point of asymptotes. Asymptotes are having the angle 90 degrees and 270 degrees. 90 degrees means a straight line and 270 degrees means like this, downside. From here to here, 270 degrees. Like this you have to draw. First one is 90 degrees and second one is 270 degrees. Okay. After calculation of centroid, what is the sixth point? Breakaway point. So how to calculate the breakaway point? Okay. So first, what are the steps to get the breakaway point? First point is construct the characteristic equation. Characteristic equation 1 plus GSHS equal to 0. That is, if we know the open loop, we can calculate the closed loop, and characteristic equation is 1 plus GSHS equal to 0. That is nothing but the denominator of the closed loop transfer function, s square plus 2s plus k. S square plus 2s plus k equal to 0. This is characteristic equation. Next, write k in terms of s. K is equal to minus s square minus 2s. Next, third step is find dk by ds. Dk by ds is equal to, means you have to differentiate with respect to s. Minus 2s minus 2 and make it equal to 0. So I will get s is equal to minus 1. Next, s is equal to minus 1. Next, we have to test whether the breakaway point is valid or not. To check whether the breakaway point is valid or not, we have to substitute s value in this equation such that we have to get k value positive. Okay, so if I substitute k is equal to minus 1 here, k is equal to minus s square minus 2s, right? K is equal to minus s square minus 2s, and the s value is minus 1. Substitute s is equal to minus 1 here, so I will get minus 1 plus 2, that is 1. So this is positive. If k is positive, s is equal to minus 1 is a valid breakaway point. Valid breakaway point means we have to consider that as a breakaway point. So s is equal to minus 1 means, which is nothing but, we also got centroid minus 1. Centroid minus 1, and this is minus 1. And breakaway point is also minus 1. It means these two poles will try to reach minus 1 and at -1 these are breakaway. So one is moving downside and another one is moving upside, and they will terminate at infinity. Okay, because we are not having poles, we are not having zeros in the system. If zeros are there, these poles will try to terminate at the zeros, but as we are not having any zeros in the system, they will try to terminate at the infinity. And here asymptotes are always straight lines, and here the breakaway, the root locus will also a straight line, because the breakaway point is -1 and also the centroid is -1. Centroid is a intersection point for the asymptotes and breakaway point is a intersection point for the root locus. So always the root locus try to follow the asymptotes, or exactly it follow the asymptotes. In this case, asymptote and root locus are straight lines. Okay, so next we are going to discuss one more problem. It will be very clear to you. Thank you.